In the spring of 2022, we bought a remote wilderness island, sight unseen, on a lake in British Columbia. We drove across the country to pick up an old barge, and now we're building a homestead.
Okay, this is ugly. This is kind of what we thought might happen. Oh no.
It isn't always easy, but the rewards outweigh the trials.
We're super excited! Woo! He's gonna turn the lights on for the first time.
And this is really living.
Coming up on this episode. Since my fall, I now tie myself off when working at height. So I'm going to get into my fall arrest gear and clip into the rafter before continuing on with the installing of the window trim.
Well, looks like there's some water in here. So I'll have to bring Pepper onto the barge and move all the water to the back.
Opal's got an ice cube that she's playing with, and she loves them. She was playing hockey a minute ago with it. She's carrying it around. We discovered that once when one fell and she picked it up and she just loved it. Isn't that cute, honey?
It is.
It's her treasure.
Have a look at this. This is the mosquito magnet and it works. Look at all those mosquitoes. Unbelievable. They swarm around the little trumpet down there. They get sucked up and then they get dehydrated and die. And this thing works like a charm. I'm applying some caulking here where the trim meets the windows. This will create a permanent waterproof barrier that will prevent any water from getting in behind the siding. At least that's the plan. Since my fall, I now tie myself off when working at height. So I'm going to get into my fall arrest gear and clip into the rafter before continuing on with the installing of the window trim. Ah, rats. It looks like I won't be able to position that ladder so that I can safely reach the right-hand side of the window. So I'll have to MacGyver something and probably get Melody to hold the ladder for me. Well, I'm hoping that's going to work. Because I need the space up there to put the trim. What I'm going to do is I'm going to test fit this board. I'll probably have to come down and trim it slightly. I just need you to hold the ladder for both times because I've got this sort of sketchy thing happening down here.
What?
Okay?
Hold it. Let me.
You hold that for me, okay, honey?
What is that?
It's an extension.
Okay, well, I'm happy to hold it for you.
Okay. My extension arm seems to be seized, so I'm going to have to take this saw support apart and see if I can somehow get it moving again.
Baby girl. She's so doggy. She's so doggy. You want a tummy rub? No?
These windows might look the same size, but each window is slightly different. This requires me to measure each one individually for trim. It would have been nicer if I could just production cut the trim, but such is not the case. For whatever reason, Opal has just not taken to her doghouse yet. A couple of our viewers suggested she's probably a little indignant about this house being previously occupied. So I'm painting over the name above the door, and hopefully she will now feel like she's not getting a hand-me-down home. To us, this is not just a normal doghouse. We want this to be a safe place for Opal, and making it truly hers feels like one more step in making this island home for our entire family. I decided to cap the corners of the cabin to frame out each face. I could have simply mitered the panels together, nailed and caulked them.
Definitely
but
love it.
this is a stronger and more weatherproof way
Yes.
to ensure that the corners are properly protected.
Do you?
You don't think it's too much black?
No. I think it looks gorgeous.
Okay.
I love it. It wouldn't look right if it was gray. This completes a whole look.
It does?
Yeah, I love it.
Bit by bit, this little cabin is really starting to look like home. Trim is one of those details you notice only when it's missing, but once it's on, everything just clicks. Isn't it funny how something so small could make the cabin feel so finished? A few pieces of trim, and suddenly the whole front wall feels complete.
Well, tonight we're just going to do a quick check on the newly planted tomatoes in the ground, as well as our berries and our apple and plum trees.
Gonna do a wellness check.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, exactly. Gonna do a wellness check. Oh yeah.
You wanna go see?
Yeah.
I took some material out of here on the way, like the path leading up to the bunker.
Mm-hmm.
But I ran into a big root. I'm gonna need that digger to get the root out.
He's just starting to build on our bunker. And see that where the road is kind of going to be level. He's going to dig right into this hill, and we're going to have all of our stuff in there.
This first little berm down here, there's a huge tree root. Not this one, but the one behind it. So the road kind of ends right where the tree root is.
Right.
So I'm going to have to get the front hoe for Pepper out to dig that out.
Right.
I might actually have to saw it because I don't want to disturb too much of the ground on either side of it either.
No.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
All of the raspberries are looking wonderful. And this is a blueberry. He's really taking off. And here's another little blueberry. I mean, it's not taking off that much, but it's doing it.
You know what I was thinking? Thinking we could plant some Saskatoons up here.
Yeah, we could. Here's our little grape. Here's our other grape. Another one that's doing quite well. We're going to actually have to put up supports for each of these. This one doesn't look that healthy to me, but they've all taken root somehow.
Like they perked up a bit.
Now these were in real trouble.
They were basically
But I think
dead.
they were basically dead. But I think they've perked up the tiniest bit. We'll just see. We're just going to leave them be now and see if they come back. They're our first tomato plants directly into the ground. So this is our plum.
That one's going to have a ton of plums on it, honey.
It's looking quite happy. And this is our Brook Gold plum. So these are two plums together. Kind of did that on purpose so they could befriend each other.
Yeah.
And this is the apple tree that's, I mean, it's surviving. It doesn't look healthy though, but I think it'll be okay. This guy here is on the verge of flowering as well. And this is also an apple. It's kind of neat to see that these poor little fruit trees that had kind of a difficult day, the day that we left, plunked into the ground, are now standing straight and tall. Pretty happy about that.
That one might have apples this year. I don't think this one will though.
Hello. Hello. Here's our nice woody path. We always like to look down it.
See, I raised it up.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to raise up that dip in the middle. And then it'll be nice and flat all the way. That big tree there, we want to save it. So I have to build it up so it goes over that root.
These are tall trees too.
That's a big one.
I see. So you need to, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and this dirt here has a lot of rock in it, eh? A lot of gravel. So it will eventually pack down nicely.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah.
Nice to have a good road. Then we can level this all out.
Yeah.
This one.
That's the plan.
There's Alvin. He hasn't been doing any chipping this year so far.
He sure will be. I want to put chips all over the garden area.
Yeah.
Just fill it up.
Well, look at, there's Pepper. After a week of working, it's kind of nice. This potting table's being put to good use.
Hi, honey. What are you doing? Are you working?
It's a hard day.
Is it a hard day, honey?
Yeah. We've been overrun with mosquitoes this year.
Oh, dear.
And this is, I have to get this stuff done, and I can't be swatting every 30 seconds, which is what I've been doing. So
Aw.
they've just overrun, and our poor little magnet can't keep up with it. But thank goodness we've got 2 more coming.
We do. Yay. So I'm going to head out to the barge, and I don't see any water at the back, but I'm going to shine a light in the front, and I'll stick my head in.
Remember, you're not supposed to do that, though?
As long as I'm by the entrance, I'm okay. I just can't go into the confined space, right? So that's all good. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to go check and see if there's any, and I'll let you know. We're going to go check out the barge this morning. We're going to see if there's any water in the hull. Do I have my helper with me? Hello. Hello. I suspect there's water in the hull, and this will tell us definitively if there is or if there isn't. Okay.
There's none here. Let's see if there's any in the back end. Can't tell. I'm gonna have to go get a light. Well, looks like there's some water in here. So I'll have to bring Pepper onto the barge and move all the water to the back so I can get rid of it. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's definitely water on the starboard side. Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's good news. There's only a small amount of water in the barge. My plan is to collect that water below the hatch by tilting the barge with Pepper. Pepper's pretty heavy, and he'll definitely tilt the barge at a pretty good angle. It will be interesting to see how much water actually collects under that access hatch. Yeah, definitely some water in here. Not a ton, but enough. Not very much. There's barely enough water to cover the inlet of that sump pump. Thankfully, I have a smaller pump that I can use instead.
Well, this Blue Eddy is a little bigger and it has some charge, so that'll be good. Okay, let's see what happens when I turn this on. And there she goes.
Well, that looks a whole lot better. Just have a little bit of water in the bottom. I'm not worried about that. Well, there wasn't enough water to indicate any leaks. It's a relief to know that the integrity of the hull is still A-OK. Now this is my kind of wheelbarrow. Sure makes moving gear easier on the back. A small group from Germany were canoeing on the lake and asked if they could stop for lunch in this little cove. Now, Opal would go nuts seeing their dog, so we offered them an alternate picnic spot down at Berry Point.
Hello. Look at those. Aren't they pretty? Oh.
It'd be good to be able to pull the barge up, put it on an incline, spray the inside, get all the water out, and then coat it with like fluid film or something.
Yeah, that would be good. Where are you off to?
I'm just stacking the wood because I'm going to be building some scaffolding.
Ah. lot cleaner around here. Things are being cleaned right up. And he's getting this wood right here. I thought it was on the barge, but the barge is very clean. We have to make a 1-week trip away. My daughter from the UK, the one that came here last year, she's actually coming to our home base very quickly to celebrate a family event. And so we are going to rush back up there. It's a long trip, but as soon as that's done, we'll come back to the island for the rest of, as long as we possibly can, let's put it that way. We have so much to do. We've actually gotten a fair bit accomplished. We have a lot more that we want to do. And very excited because on our way back, we are bringing the sawmill with us. And that is going to be a game changer like you would not believe.
My plan is to build some scaffolding so that I can do the upper soffit area and finish off the front trim. So there'll be a rim joist that goes along the top there, and then we'll put some wood up there, seal it all up, maybe install a couple lights. That'll look nice. See?
Look really nice.
Yeah. So I'll work on that. But I'm going to put some wood up because we have to get some 14-foot tall pieces of wood up there so I can get the scaffolding together. And the reason I want them so tall is because I'm going to actually build a handrail around it so it won't fall off. Now that the front trim is done, next up are the soffits and front fascia. And those angle up and away from the top of the walls. So for that, I need a safe and solid platform to work from. I'm not really interested in another helicopter ride to the hospital. You may be wondering why I am building scaffolding instead of just buying some. Well, there's two reasons really. The topography around the cabin is nowhere near level, which will require adjusting the post each time I move the scaffolding. Now, commercial scaffolding is customizable and designed for this use case, but it is super expensive. Whereas the type of scaffolding kits you can buy from Home Depot and places like that, they're just not suitable for uneven ground. And if you're wondering why we just don't rent scaffolding, well, we're 40 minutes away from the shore by barge and 3.5 hours from the nearest anything. So really, the only option for us is to build it out ourselves. These pieces will hold the side rails of the scaffolding, which in turn will hold the planks. Nails have a much greater shear strength than screws. In my opinion, screws are just way too brittle, and I'll be working at height, so I need a strong and reliable connection. I'm constructing a 10-foot work surface 19 inches wide. The plan is to rest the planks on 3 cross members mounted on the scaffolding stilts. 1 set for each end and 1 in the middle. We're going to put pieces of scaffolding up and try to build it. So it's going to take both of us. and we're going to have to build it in place while you're helping.
Okay, I'll get my gloves. Boy, I seem to help a lot around here.
You do. I think my eyes may have been bigger than my stomach. I decided to use 2 supports instead of 3 and space them 6 feet apart. I also opted for a 15-inch deck using 2x8s instead of 2x10s. This design is much lighter, making it much easier and safer to handle.
Huh? Wow, nice.
Hey, Sweets, can I pass this down to you? Can you just grab this for me, please? Just hold it like that. I'll come down and take it. Nailing a 2x6 on the vertical will take any deflection out of the plank while I step on it. This is the same principle behind angle iron or an I-beam. Set the handrail up. I was surprised at how nervous I felt up here on this deck while attaching these safety rails. The reality is I'm still traumatized by that fall last year. Man, that was brutal. Anyways, stabilizing this platform will probably bolster my confidence. Well, the scaffolding's nearly done. I just have to put a couple of standoffs against the cabin and another handrail, and it's done. Whew.
A little bit nervous watching this take place. I think he's a bit nervous too today.
I'm going to put up a piece going this way.
Oh, okay, good.
Just have to block this little end in first.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's great.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
I need a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
I looked in the mirror and I saw a clown staring back at me. Not even a young one.
It's the old ones that are scary.
I'm just a scary clown.
Hard to get that up.
What's that?
Hard to get that up, eh?
Oh, for crying out loud. Oh man, I somehow cut this soffit piece too narrow. So I guess I'll have to run back to the table saw and try again. We're running it through sideways, so it's going to be a bit difficult.
Wow.
All right, so what we're going to do, don't worry about this, this will all come off. What we're going to do is take your end, put it on this end of the saw, push it against the fence, and then bring it through the saw this way. That's why I need your help. Okay, I'm going to show you. We're going to go this way. And then bring it towards you.
Okay.
Could you come over here and hold this end?
Okay.
It's going to be kind of a nightmare.
That's okay. Let's just try it.
What we want to do is keep this perfectly
Yeah.
against here.
Okay.
That means follow my lead and just stop it from falling. Honey, you did a really good job.
Thanks. Oops.
Okay. Thanks, honey. Let's go see what Melody's up to. Haven't heard from her in a while. Want to make sure the bears haven't got her. Oh, there she is. Hello. You've been busy.
I mean, I'd say they've only got you 5 minutes each, maybe.
We'll water them big time tomorrow before we go.
Well, that's in the morning though.
We'll have to. Just get up early and do it.
They got a really good soak. But just not like 20 minutes each, like she said.
Yeah, I think we can do it in the morning, honey. You know, we get up at like 7 or something and start watering.
Well, we need to start getting up at 6:30 again. So we can shut that from down there, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got 2 more left. Probably put these up here.
Yeah, if you want to.
Well, I guess we don't really need them up here, do we? Shows the animals where to go. Oh, everybody got a bit of a water. So that's nice. Hey, Opal. Isn't that nice? You got to stay up late.
Opal, you're up past your bedtime.
You got to stay up tonight. Oh, what a gorgeous night tonight, eh?
It really is. I brought the deaf out so I don't forget it. Okay, I'm gonna go shut the shop down, so I'll be there in a minute.
When we bought this island, we knew nothing about building a cabin, and now look at us. Trim, scaffolding, siding. What originally started as a temporary shelter has taken on a life of its own. And you know what? We couldn't be happier with how this tiny cabin is turning out.
If you're just joining us now, you've missed a wild ride. The barge trips, the first beams going up, the storms, the winds, the falls, and everything in between. We'd love for you to come along from the start. So head back to season 1 and see how this whole island adventure began.